another video. I want to start off today by saying that this is going to be a bit of a series for my channel. As you guys may have known from my vlogs, I am currently living in a camper. So with that being said, you will constantly hear something kind of like buzzing in the background. Right now I'm doing laundry, so you're going to possibly hear that in the background. So what I want to do on my channel is I want to make vlogs on Thursdays and do something else on a Saturday. So I decided that I'm gonna try and do little sit down videos of me doing makeup and talking about maybe murder mysteries, movies, things that I like, things that's been going on in my life, the news, kind of a little bit of everything, but sit down videos on a Saturday. So I kind of am very excited about this series, and today I'm going to be starting off with a very hot topic, and I'm hoping that you guys like it. And yeah, so let's get into the video. And before we get into it, actually, like and subscribe and leave a comment if you want to share your opinion or anything. Oh, I love my washer. All right, let's get into the video. So today we are going to be talking about Biden's loan forgiveness. Okay, now a lot has been going down with this, and I really don't understand a lot of it. Well, I understand it, and I understand why some people are upset, but there's just like a lot to kind of take from it. If you guys don't know, not a couple of days ago, Joe Biden has announced that he is going to be doing loan forgiveness, and this is what Google has officially said it is. So it's called the Student Loan Debt Relief Plan. So a couple of days ago, by, I guess, popular vote, the Department of Education will provide up to $20,000 in debt cancellation to Pell Grant recipients with loans held by the Department of Education, and up to $10,000 in debt cancellation to non-Pell Grant recipients. Borrowers are eligible for this relief if their individual income is less than $125,000. $250,000 for married couples. The application will be available no later than when the pause on federal student loan repayments terminates at the end of this year. So, I am a Pell Grant recipient. So, I think I'm in like $30,000 or maybe close to $40,000. I'm not really sure actually. But I am in some debt, okay? I go to college. I've been in college for 5 years. That's my problem, to be honest with you. I took a semester off, blah, blah, blah. It's not really about my issues. But because of that, I have like a lot of debt and blah, blah. So I'll be eligible to get $20,000, and I'm okay with that, you know, for the simple fact that I know my peers before me did not get that option. Well, they'll be able to get that option now, but I know that like it would be nice when I graduate to now be like, oh, you don't owe that much money. Like I'll owe maybe 15,000, up to 15,000 after I graduate. So when this came out, there was a lot of mixed reviews on whether or not people are happy about it. Now, for my part of what I would say, I'm okay with it. I'm not against it. I'm not angry about it. I'm kind of like a middle ground, because I definitely see both sides and why someone would be upset about it and what someone would not be. I'm not saying the people that are like, oh, these kids are now lazy and don't want to like pay their like loans or stuff like that, because that is not the case. And I'm not saying that I stand for that group, because that's an opposite side of a group and they make no freaking sense. Okay, just because you were in debt 50 years ago doesn't mean this generation has to be in freaking debt. It makes no sense to me. Okay, so I don't agree with that side, but there's two other sides that I understand and see. So one side is saying that this is really great, I'll be able to have student loan relief and stuff like that, and they're really excited. The other side, and it's predominantly my Black people that are saying this, they're saying that it should be all forgiven, because most Black people nowadays are first generations, and because of that they have a lot of debt. Some people are in 50 grand debt, some people are just in a lot of debt. So because of them being first generation and them not being able to pay any loans to go to school or anything like that, this is like 20 grand is kind of like chump change of not a lot. It's still not really forgiving, if I guess you could say, because they still will have to pay a lot back. And a lot of people's argument is that college nowadays should no longer have to be paid for. And that's because nowadays, in order to get a good stable job, and even if you have a bachelor's degree, you still make like maybe a little bit over minimum wage, not even a lot. So I understand the agreement of like the disagreement of college really should be free, and that we should all be going to college nowadays, just because of the day and age that we are in now, that college is like it's not a question. It's kind of like, oh, you kind of need that unless you want to be like on social media or an entrepreneur. But some people are not wanting to be that, and they want to just do a regular job. But in order to get into the door of a regular job, you need a degree nowadays. And that is why it's so complicated. For some people, they are like, wow, this is great, I don't have any more debt. And for other people, it's like, I'm still in debt, like 30K. So what I would say about that is, I understand for the past generation, it's already happened. But I would say for the next future generations and our children and, the children coming up today, that we should probably not attend schools that don't give us enough financial aid. And I made sure when I was going into college that I wouldn't have to do much loans. And what I mean by loans, I mean by Parent Plus loans. I made sure that my school had given me obviously the Pell Grant, and then also subsidized and unsubsidized loans. Those were totally fine with me. My only problem was that I didn't want to have Parent Plus loans. I wanted it all to come from financial aid. I only did a Parent Plus loan for 1 year, and I haven't done it for any other year. And it was not even that much money. It was like $1,000, because I just needed to cover some other stuff like my books and expenses of stuff like that. And my parents said that it was okay to do that, so I did that. But I can see that some people, how easily they can get into debt while in school. And I know a lot of, like, you go on FAFSA and they go like, oh, make sure you start paying off your student loans while you're in school. But like, sometimes I work a full job right now, and I'm barely getting by. Right? Like, I work a full-time job not because I want to, but because I need to in order to survive in this day and age. Like, I need gas money. I need to have food. I'm also learning how to be independent. So I can't just be paying student loans right now. I don't even have a stable job to be paying off student loans. So it's very, right? Now, I want to read off some of the comments on Twitter because I think they're pretty interesting and they make kind of sense, you know? I don't want to say they don't, but let me finish my base first and then I'll talk to you guys about the Twitter tweets. Okay, so my base is kind of done, but it doesn't look the greatest, but we're gonna move on. So basically, on Twitter, the first tweet that I see on Twitter actually, is by a guy. I don't know if I want to say names. I'm not gonna say names today. So this first tweet is basically saying, when you're more outraged by student loan forgiveness than you are by the leader of your party selling nuclear secrets to our enemies, you're in a cult. He must be a Trump fan. Moving on. I am a Pell Grant recipient with $13,000 in federal student loans. Biden's student loan forgiveness will literally change my life. All that work we did in 2020 finally feels like it matters. So this person's gonna be like, if they're a Pell Grant, they're gonna get $20,000. And that means that she doesn't know anything after this. So that's pretty great. So as I'm scrolling down on Twitter, I'm realizing that there's a lot of people arguing about how politicians got their PPP loans forgiven. And some of these are like a lot, like there's in the millions, 100,000s, and some of them, they got their loans forgiven. And apparently these are also the people that are like, oh, you know, we shouldn't allow student loan forgiveness, which is very upsetting, because if you can get your loan forgiven and it be like literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, then our student loans are considered chump change, right? Some of these comments are very happy, and I'm very happy about that, about how people are happy about it. But I was on, might have been Instagram, might have been Twitter, one of the two, and I was seeing these comments about how Black people were upset because it is technically chump change. And I don't have that view. I don't have that view, honestly. I don't think it's chump change. I think that it has to be fair, and it has to go across the whole board. You can't just have $50,000 and someone has $20,000, and you know, I don't know. It's a hard thing because I understand why someone would be in $50,000 debt. Okay, I understand why you would be in that. But I also think that it's just got to be even across the board. And unfortunately, they can only do $20,000 of forgiveness debt. And let's be honest here, right? to even have that is pretty amazing, okay? Because you know for a fact that they were arguing for so long about that. And I'm just happy that they came to an agreement about something. You know, I don't know about y'all, but I know that I've learned a lot in high school about just the government and how it runs. And I just know, I know that stuff had been fighting for months, years. Like, Biden hasn't been in office for, he's been in office for like 2 years now, right? Or a year, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember. He's been in office for about 2 or 3 years. 2 years? He's been in office for 2 years, I think. Gee Louise, Kayla, get your story straight, right? So, my take is that I'm happy about it. I feel like it's good. We're gonna get forgiveness. 10K for people that are not underprivileged, 20K for people that are underprivileged. Like, that's pretty good, right? Like, I don't know. Alright, let me finish my makeup and then I'm gonna finish talking about what I think about it. I'm done with my makeup. Kind of went natural because I was trying to get this video over with, but basically I'm pretty happy with student loan debt forgiveness. I think 20K is pretty good for me. It helps me a lot, and I think it would be good in the long run because I won't be paying a lot of interest. So just imagine paying interest on 20K. You're going to be paying quite a bit. So for that to even like come about is pretty freaking great. I'm saying because of where we are in this day and age, Republican versus Democrat, it doesn't really matter, but I understand that in the government, this is pretty important. And the reason why is because they agreed on something, right? Like, they semi-agreed. They may not totally agree on it, but they are pushing it. And I'm pretty ecstatic about it because I think it's important that us as youth learn from our debt and our just going to college, getting our bachelor's degree, master's degree, learning how to better financially do anything, to be honest with you. As a first gen, I'm learning completely how to financially like take care of myself, and it's been hard. It's not easy. So just with a little bit of loan forgiveness and maybe paying less monthly for me would be so much more helpful, because then I can pay off debt somewhere else. Unfortunately, I do have debt somewhere else, and that's okay. As I get older, I take these things and I'm just happy about it, and I'm grateful for it, even if it's not the whole loan or anything. I'm still grateful I'm getting something, because I know past generations didn't receive that and they were probably struggling to pay off this debt. So I appreciate it, and I understand why some people would be upset about it, and I get it. So yeah, I'm gonna end off the video here, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I will be recording another video. Let me know what you want to hear, and let me know some of your views on loan forgiveness. I really want to hear from you guys and see what you think about it. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Bye! Like and subscribe.